Hey guys, we're just getting ready to get into trapping season here in Virginia. I thought I'd show a little bit of my first year trying to do canine trapping. Just want to show you guys what I know to do as far as prep and what I have experienced through other people. So what I started to do this morning is I started to boil one of my new traps that I recently got in the last couple weeks. I've got about 3 more that I've got to still boil for the day. I'm also going to end up speed dipping just about all of these, and then once the speed dip dries, I will probably do some trap wax on these and then let them set up to dry. Alright, so the speed dip that I'm going to be using today, I've never actually dipped any traps simply because I've done a whole lot of coon trapping over the last 2 years. But I found speed dip through a fellow YouTuber by the name of Trapper J. I figured I'd give it a try. He seems to like it, but I couldn't really tell you exactly past he seems to like it what he really thinks of it. So we're going to give it a shot. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll figure something out after that. Now, just about everything that I get as far as trapping stuff goes, for the most part, it all comes from F&T Trade Post. But there's other places that you can get it from. Right off the top of my head, you can get it from like farm stores, feed stores, as far as your traps go. And most anywhere like that will have simple stuff for traps. But past that, I personally would go to F&T. Now I'm gonna set the phone down real quick and I'll be right back. All right guys, so once you get your speed dip all mixed up per the instructions, this is what it should look like. It should be about 5 gallons worth. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come over here to my basket full of traps. We're going to take our first trap and we're going to dip it in about like so. Now, so you're supposed to leave it in about 15-20 seconds, something like that. So we're going to leave it in there for a few more seconds and we'll pull it right back out. Let it drip off for a second or two. And we will set this down over here on my wire spool. That trap is dipped. It's no longer silver, rusty looking, or shiny. So let's go down here to a trap that I cleaned up that I got from a friend of mine. Same thing, this one's Bridger number 2. We're gonna dunk it in there for about 30 seconds or so. And sorry if the video is a little bit shaky. I'm using a cell phone versus a camera. I figured I'd just, like I said, try to help you younger guys out that have never done this before. So I'm gonna pull it back out. It's been about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. We'll let it drip for a second or two. And then we'll carry it over here and set it down and let her dry for a few minutes. Now that's what the trap looks like up close. It's brownish looking. I know the can of Speed Dip said black trap dye, but black, brown, close enough. So this one's one that I boiled the oil off of last year. I used it for coon a lot. I had pretty good luck with this trap there for a good while, but I just simply didn't use it very much. I used the dog proofs more than I did these. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this one drip for a second. I will be right back. I'm gonna try to get the majority of these canine traps done, and I'll be back with you. All right, so all of our canine traps and coon traps that we have are done, except for the dog proofs. The dog proofs, I'm not going to dip them. They are simply going to get painted, either a white, orange, whatever color you want. Originally they come in like a brownish color. That's fine, but over the years what's going to happen is they're going to kind of turn real rusty looking or real shiny, and that's not going to hurt anything, but in the long run you might have a trap that comes apart because of rust. So simply just spray paint them up, try to keep them somewhat clean looking. Plus these really aren't something that you're going to hide, they're more of a visual. So say you've got a coon path running down the edge of this concrete, you put one of these dog proofs right in the center of that path, say like right there, and he's going to run right into it with his nose, and he'll start digging into it. So it's not really one of these things that you've got to hide, but it's really up to you and what you decide to do. So you can either try to hide it, which good luck, or just paint them up and make them somewhat decent looking, or let them go to shit. It's really up to you. So really all it is to it, I got a can of Rust-Oleum here. I'm gonna just kind of do a light coating on all these. It doesn't have to be anything special. Just try to get as much of it as you can. I'll end up flipping these traps over some point today, but it ain't got to be perfect. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'll probably end up just flipping them over like that. And see, on this one that was standing up, I missed a little bit. So I'll just take and turn it over a little bit and spray it down a little bit better. Ain't got to be perfect, like I said. I'm just trying to protect them a little bit, that's all. And that's it. And by the way, I will probably end up doing a second video as far as waxing my traps, simply because it's probably going to take about 8 to 12 hours to let the trap dye dry I mean, as you can see, it's tacky right now. It's not really wet, but it's not dry. So it's only been about 10 minutes, 20 minutes since I finished with those. But I'll probably do the trap dive video tomorrow versus today, simply because I gotta let those dry. All right, so y'all have a great day, and I'll be back with you.